right. We are finally live on both platforms. Was wondering what was going on there. All right. So I had a little bit of a hiccup, a little bit of an issue. So we are good here on YouTube as well as we are good on TikTok as well. All right. And so in today's this is actually I'm basically counting the days now. This is like I've started kind of like a little bit of a, I guess you could call it a marathon. Ever since the beginning of September, I have been going live every single day, right? And I'm looking to keep this streak going for the entire month of September. Okay. Now, in today's live, we're just basically going to be talking about, first of all, the topic again is usual as usual is still, digital marketing, affiliate marketing. That's what we usually discuss on this channel, right? And that is basically my vehicle, my chosen vehicle, my vehicle of choice, basically to help me get to the point of the ultimate goal is financial independence, right? But obviously, it's got to start from somewhere. You got to make some kind of money, some way, somehow, right, to start building that platform that you need, so to speak, right, in order to get to that point where you can start growing, right, and start getting to that point where you're making passive income and all that type of stuff. But anyway, first things first, right? So we're basically I'm looking to share how you can get to your first 4K, right, online using digital marketing and affiliate marketing, right? And the whole aim, right? The goal is to get that to do that before the end of, before the end of 2025. Okay, 2025. Before the end of 25, get to the point where you have generated a total of, right. So I don't want anyone to misconstrue that for like 4K per month per se, right? But we're looking to get to the point where we have generated that total amount before the year is over. And this is something that I believe is a realistic goal and realistic achievement for something that is achievable for someone who's just getting started, right? Someone who's just getting started online for the first time that at least has an interest in doing this. I'm sure if you are somewhat interested in doing this, I'm not the first person that you have come across that is talking about the potential and ability to make money online for anyone, right? For anyone that is interested in getting started, right? Um, there is a good chance, very good chance, like I said, that you have seen this before, right? But maybe you don't exactly know how to go about it, right? You have a decent idea of how it works, but you're not exactly sure of how to actually get started, okay? And that is something, right? That is something that we're going to cover here. All right. Do we have I'm looking and I'm trying to see if we can get people coming on. I know things are a little bit slower here on this on my YouTube side of things, but typically by now on a TikTok I would have more people come through, but I'm not sure what's going on here. TikTok does not seem to be particularly happy with me in terms of sending viewers over. Maybe because I started and restarted my live. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let's go ahead and share this. Let's see if we can get this out to more people. Share with. Oh, maybe. All right, not exactly sure what's going on here with TikTok and why it's doing this. Maybe because I started and restarted. Um, Maybe I should try starting all over again. Maybe I should try starting all over again. Ooh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and end this and start it over. I go live for 160 more minutes and you'll reach stage 3. Let's see, but how can we do that if we don't have people coming through? All right, what's happening here? Do we have anyone on? Well, I know I don't have anyone on YouTube just yet, right? But as far as TikTok goes, maybe they do not like at all when you go through when you end the live that quickly. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. This is not good. I guess I'm getting punished, right? I guess I'm getting punished for having like just cut my lives short um, so quickly. Let's see what's happening. Anybody coming through? Anybody coming through? I know we don't have anything going on YouTube for sure. That's normal, just because it's like I said, this is only the third time I've done this. But you know what? Let me. I guess let's just ignore. Okay, there we go. Welcome, Hartley. Welcome, welcome. We are here talking about. So, if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Christian. Welcome aboard, whoever's on here. Say hi in the chat. Tap on the screen, give some likes. Let's get this stuff out there to more people who might be interested, right? But essentially, we are going to be. I'm basically going to be sharing how you can make money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing. And essentially, even if you have no experience, right? No experience. If you're a complete beginner, never done this sort of thing, welcome, Chris Berry. That's basically what we're going to be talking about here. Now, to start off, I appreciate you tapping on the screen. Chris Berry, are you completely new to the online making money online space? Is it something that you are familiar with, or like, are you aware of the concept of people making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing, or is it something that you're just completely new to? Or and more even better, is it something that you are interested in getting started with? Chris Berry. Chris Berry. My name is Christian, by the way. For those of you just joining for the first time, Chris Berry, welcome, Babusco Bob. That's an interesting. I like that. I like that. I like that name, Babusco Bob. So guys, I just want to point out, like, I am on two different platforms, by the way. So if you see me looking left and right and looking in all different kinds of places and not necessarily paying attention to any one screen, that's the reason why. Okay. All right. So let's just go ahead and get some things out of the way, right? Starting with, because I don't want to make any assumptions, right? I don't want to make any assumptions that people already know what it is that we're discussing, what exactly digital marketing is all about, or whether it's affiliate marketing, right? So first and foremost, digital marketing, right? Oh, I appreciate the follow. I appreciate the follow. Digital marketing first and foremost, okay? I always like to explain what this is in very simple terms, for the simple fact that too many people, right, have been erroneously misled into thinking that digital marketing is solely and only about selling digital products, okay, and specifically selling courses, which could not be further from the truth, right? Digital marketing, in simple terms, is basically the process of promoting anything online, okay? You could be promoting a physical product, okay? It could be a digital product, it could be a business, it could be a brand, it could be you promoting yourself, right, as a personal brand, for example, right? If you're promoting anything online, a pencil, pen, whatever it is, if you're using the internet to promote anything online, you are essentially doing digital marketing. Okay. Now, affiliate marketing, on the other hand, is a very simple business model that allows regular individuals like you and I to promote other people's products or other businesses' products and services in return for an affiliate commission every single time we help them generate sales as a result of our digital marketing efforts, right? And I say that because typically in this case, we're going to be, we're trying to make this money online. So we're going to be using digital marketing to do that. With affiliate marketing, you can still make money with affiliate marketing without necessarily being online. There's other ways to promote, right? Whether it's word of mouth, putting billboards, or whatever the case may be, right? There's other ways outside of promoting online, but we are more so focused on the digital marketing aspect of doing things, right? Of generating sales. Welcome, Charles Lee. All right. So that's our starting point. All right. And I always refer to affiliate marketing as like the cheat code for beginners, like people getting started trying to make money online, because it gives you the ability to start making money from day one using proven products that are already converting. So you're not trying to figure out whether or not they work, right? You just plug into something that's already working, right? So as a complete beginner, you don't have to worry about the intricacies of running a full-fledged business, right? Like you don't have to worry about creating your own product or providing your own service, right? You don't have to worry about managing inventory or dealing with shipping and handling or customer returns or dealing with customer service altogether, right? Those are all going to be headaches and issues for the vendors and the owners of the products and services to deal with, right? Your only job as an affiliate, or I should say your primary job as an affiliate, is to basically drive traffic to those products and services of the vendors and people that we've decided to partner with, right? In order to help them generate sales, okay? Whereby we can earn an affiliate commission in the process every time we do that, okay? Now, when we do this, right, you have two routes you can go, right? You can opt to go with selling digital physical products, right? Or digital products, right? And personally, I tend to recommend that people go towards the digital product route for the simple fact that the margins are better, margins are higher, right? With your physical products, the cost, when you look at a vendor, right? What the margins on physical products tend to be a lot smaller, right? Whatever it costs the vendor to make that particular product versus how much they sell it for, that difference, that margin where they make their money is tends to be relatively small, right? In comparison to say digital products, right? Which means that you as an affiliate, even if you are promoting their products and helping them generate sales, they can only pay you but so much, right? And the percentage that they will pay you is actually going to be pretty small as well, because I mean they've got to make money, right? But at the same time, they're willing to do it because they're looking at the fact that as an affiliate, you might be bringing them extra sales that they otherwise might not have gotten. Okay, so there's that. With your digital products, it's usually a lot easier for vendors and owners of the products. They will pay you anywhere. They can pay 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%, and in some cases even 100%, of the of the the product price, right? And maybe as being, you're probably wondering, why on earth would they pay you 100%? How do they make money? Well, they're getting the customer information, and in the background they know they can make money in the background, all right, with with additional products and services, whether it's via email marketing or other products that they have for sale, right? So there's that, okay? Now, digital products is that's the way to go, because like I didn't mention earlier, with physical products your commissions are usually going to be anywhere for like they can be as low as like 2%, 3%, 5%, maybe 10% if you're lucky, whatever the case may be. But digital products in my eyes is the way to go. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still make a lot of money with physical products. It's just that you're going to have to drive a ton more sales, right? It's going to be more of a volume game, right? Driving tons and tons of traffic, and that's how you can make those larger amounts. But it's easier to do this, to make those same amounts selling digital products, because for the same amount of effort, right, that you would put into selling those digital physical products, you can put that into digital products, and for each sale you're generating a whole lot more money, okay? A lot more money. So that's basically why I would opt for going that direction, okay? So digital products over physical products when getting started, okay? Now, speaking of trying to get to this, I was talking about looking to make 4K, right? Looking to make 4K by the end of the year, and how you would do that, right? So The product that I am actually promoting right now, which is the one that I would encourage you to promote as well as a beginner getting started, because it's two things, right? You'll get access to the product. It's called Digital Wealth Academy, by the way. All right. It's called Digital Wealth Academy, and it is the product that you can get started with that will show you how to make money online in 15 different ways. Okay. And amongst those 15 different ways, those different streams of income, making money as an affiliate, reselling the product itself, the program itself, is going to be a great way to earn commissions while you're also learning how to do whichever other method of making money online they teach in there that you want to learn, right? Or even if it is only reselling the product, right? Even if it is reselling the product, you can learn all the strategies and all the methods that they teach in there to do just that, okay? But the good thing is, because you're starting out as an affiliate, right, the product is already there made for you. It's a done for you product, and it's available ready for you to sell right from the get-go. Now, how much does it cost? The product is a $497 product, right? Which, if you wanted to get your hands on it today, you wouldn't even have to pay that total amount, right? They do have plans available which will allow you to get started with zero down, right, and then make installment payments every month, right, for as low as like even 40 something, that's only 40 something dollars a month, right? And as an affiliate, they will pay you a commission of up to not up to, like a flat commission of 85%, okay, which means that for each sale you would be earning $422.45. Okay. So that's our basis. Okay. For no, those can add up really quickly, right? So if you're looking to, if we're with this aim, right, what I in my mind is like a realistic goal of looking to make welcome Lucky 44. What in my mind is a realistic aim for of trying to make 4K by the end of the year, right? You're basically only looking at making 10 sales, right? 10 sales of that particular product, right, is something that is realistic. That is a very realistic and possible achievement for someone just getting started, even if they had no prior experience, okay? And the key to this, right, is to jump on this now, right? To get started now so you can start building your foundation and putting everything in place that you need to start generating those sales. And here's the thing, right? This is September. We've got September. Basically, this is the last third of the year. So you want to use the entire September to position yourself in a way that by the time the last quarter comes around, those last 3 months come around, you are well positioned, right, with your foundation, everything that you've learned, everything that you've put together to be able to generate at least 3 sales a month, right? Which basically comes down to 3 sales every 10 days in October, November, and December. That gives you 9 sales. That will be 9 sales that you've made right there, okay? And all you would need is just that extra one to make it a 10th sale, right? So all this stuff is usually like when you have like a clear goal in mind, it makes it a lot more achievable. Okay, welcome Rosie. When you have a clear goal in mind, it makes it a lot more. It makes it a lot more, not only a lot more achievable, but it makes it a lot more. You can see the path, right? It makes it easier to see the path to achieve that goal. Let's just put it that way. Okay, right? And like I said, if you follow everything, if you follow the training that's inside Digital Wealth Academy, right? If you follow all that training and set everything up like right now, right? This month of September, right? You get going this month of September and you start putting everything into play, you can literally set yourself up to be in a position whereby by the time October rolls around, you are set in place to be able to make those 3 sales to make that first 1K, right? And then November comes around and December comes around. And bear in mind, by the way, if you do that, right? If you do that, by the time December comes around, you will, and as long as you keep on doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, like like your daily activities and the daily tasks that you need to be doing in order to to drive traffic, right? If you do those, by the time December comes around, and if you've been doing it all along, if you manage to hit your three sales in October and your three sales in November, by the time December comes around, I can promise you that you will be positioned to make well above those three sales. Okay, well above those three sales. So you would essentially be looking to do three in September. I mean, three in October, three in November, and then four, at least, four, basically four in December, right? So that will get you your 10 sales right there. Okay, but my inclination is to feel like, and I'm being conservative here, by the way. Okay, this is what I'm sharing here is what I see as a realistic, something that's a realistic possibility. Okay, welcome, Charisma. Welcome. You know who it is. Actually, I don't know who it is. You know who it is. What is your first name? What is your first name? My name is Christian, by the way. For those of you who are just joining for the first time, and we are basically talking about how you can start making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing. For those of you who have been here for a while, please bear with me. I will tend to repeat myself quite a bit, simply for the simple fact that we've got people jumping in and out, right? And so people coming on who might also be asking questions, who don't necessarily know exactly what this is all about, right? So, but so that's essentially the goal. Okay, that's essentially. And here's the thing, right? We are selling a digital product, right? Because there's always three parts to this whole. There's always three components to this whole thing, right? You need a product to sell, right? You need a product to sell. We've got that. We have a product, which is the course, right? Digital Wealth Academy, which is a $497 product, and you can sell it, and get an 85% commission as an affiliate, which would give you $422.45, right? So that's a product. The second thing that you're going to need, right? The second component is essentially a storefront, a platform on which to house the product and sell it. Now, if you were promoting your own product, yes, you would need that. You would essentially need like a platform, say like Stan Store or Beacons or whatever the case may be, right? Or whatever it is that you want to use, right? Your own website, you can do that. But in this case, since we are going the affiliate route, we don't have to worry too much about that, because the owner of the product, right? The owner of the course, the owner, the creator of the product already has that host that already has that on the platform for us. So we're just plugging in as affiliates, and we're going to have our own unique affiliate links, which we would promote on the internet through our digital marketing efforts. And anytime someone clicks on that link and makes a purchase, we make a sale, right? The owners and the vendors of the products, they know that through that affiliate link, they know who to credit the sale to, right? They know who to credit it to, because they can see, they can see where it came from. Welcome, Shannon. Welcome, Charlie Lee. All right, welcome back. So that's the second component, right? Having a place to house this product that we're promoting. And then lastly, the last component, which is where most people get stuck, where most people have a hard time, where most people tend to give up, right, is the aspect of traffic. Welcome, Torianne. So the traffic aspect, right? The digital marketing aspect of putting content out there and getting people, getting eyeballs on the product that we're promoting. Welcome, Rachel Yater, or is it Rec? Is it Rachel? Let me see. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? I feel like it's probably pronounced Rachel, like everybody else is just like everybody else's Rachel is just that it's spelled differently, or is it Rekael? Is it Rekael or Rachel? Give me a one if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, and give me a two if I'm not. And if you do give me a two, maybe you can spell out how it's supposed to be pronounced. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so that's that, right? So that third component is the traffic, right? The traffic, that is where everybody has the hardest time, and that is where people tend to give up the most, right? Welcome, Maria. and that's where people tend to give up the most. And why is that? Well, because generally speaking, when people get started with this kind of stuff, they generally, they see the results of other people, they see how others are growing on social media, on the various different platforms, and they expect that when they come on, they can do just the bare minimum and start seeing results virtually instantly, right? We have, we're used to this society whereby people go by, instant gratification is like a thing, right? When it comes to going to work, like working a job where you're getting paid hourly and all that, people know that they're going to work and expect to get a certain amount of pay in return, right? Guaranteed, right? That's like typically the employee mindset. But when it comes to this stuff online, you've got to adopt more of an entrepreneurial mindset, knowing that you're going to go in from the beginning, putting in a bunch of hours, putting in quite a bit of work, right? Without anything in return, right? Instantly, right? It's basically delayed gratification, right? You have to get comfortable, get comfortable with your gratification being delayed in essence, right? And that is the reason why a lot of people quit, right? A lot of the reason why a lot of people are not able to get beyond, 3 weeks, right? 3 months, 2 months, whatever the case may be. Everybody's threshold is different, right? Some people can't get beyond a week, right? After they've been doing some work and doing stuff for an entire week and not seeing anything in return, and they feel like maybe they're just wasting their time, right? Some people won't make it beyond 2 weeks. Some people won't make it beyond 3 weeks. Some people can manage a month, 2 months, but by the time the 3 month mark comes around, a lot of people are ready to call it quits, right? Especially, if things are not happening the way they envision them to happen. Okay. But you need to be different, right? Especially if you understand that you have this long-term goal, right? And the gratification is one that is delayed, right? If you understand that and have this never say die, never give up kind of attitude, are significantly going to improve your chances of success, right? So the main thing is not to expect to get results overnight, right? However, having said that, because clock is ticking, right? Clock is ticking, and we're looking to get we're looking to get these results before the year is over. It is in our best interest to get started right from the get-go. Okay, it is in our interest to get started right from the get-go. All right, and with this particular product, or like I mentioned, Digital Wealth Academy, it's one that it's basically one that gives you the ability to make money in 15 different ways, right? In 15 different ways. So it's not a lot of people get deterred by wanting to get started with with a lot of this stuff is because they don't, for whatever reason, they just don't want to resell the course, which you don't have to if you don't want to, right? Like if you want to make money with this stuff, you can do it without necessarily reselling the course if that's not something you want to do. I appreciate you guys tapping on the screen. Hello, for those of you just joining and just coming in. Um, if you are just joining me, by the way, my name is Christian. Well, let me know, for those of you that are in here, let me know where you are. Let me know where you're watching from. I always find it interesting to know how far these lives reach, right? Like I'm currently in North Carolina, United States. Soon, soon to be moving from here to Florida. But let me know in the chat, guys, where you guys are watching from. Let me know in the chat where you're watching from. Just out of curiosity, I always like to, especially here on this platform, especially here on YouTube, right? I always find it really interesting to know where people are watching from. Let's see. I know my people here on TikTok quite a bit. They tend to be a little more. a little more. Welcome, Charles Lee. Welcome, or welcome back, I should say. Welcome back. Um, but yeah, so where was I? I was just basically asking people to just type in the chat where they're watching from. I was basically talking about, the third component of making all of this work, right? It's essentially that traffic, getting that traffic going, right? And and the whole issue of not succumbing to the feeling of wanting to give up, right? Because you're not seeing the results instantly, right? You need to understand that this stuff takes time. It has more of a cumulative effect, right? So you have to put in the work. Now, if you're wondering how we're going to be generating this traffic, right? It's primarily from the various social media platforms, right? It's going to be from the various social media platforms, and we're going to be creating content, right? And that content that you create, right, you can repurpose it and use it. The same piece of content that you created, you can use it on several different platforms, right? So the same piece of content that you might create to put on Instagram, on TikTok, right? If you put that on TikTok, that same piece of content, depending on the nature of it, right? Because these different platforms, some are more geared towards short form content, vertical style videos, right? Whereas others, like YouTube, for example, even though good thing about YouTube is that they also have shorts, right? YouTube Shorts is something that you can do, so you can still use that same piece of content there. And then, of course, YouTube also has like the landscape stuff, which TikTok, incidentally, I believe has also started doing as well, right? You can actually make landscape videos and post them on TikTok as well, all right? Whereby people can turn their screens and watch them on full mode on their phones, on their cell phones. But anyway, that's welcome, Mr. Good Vibes. I appreciate you jumping on here. All right. But yeah, all right. So guys, so that is so it makes like all this stuff, right? It makes it a lot easier to see the road to success, right? When you have like a target, when you have a goal in mind, right? And you have like a um uh you have like certain targets, right? Certain targets that you're reaching for, as opposed to like just blindly going after, like blindly doing the various tasks on different days, right? If you The biggest thing is just going to be making sure that you commit to the process, right? Commit to the task is what I should more so say, right? Commit to the daily tasks, right? Because it's gonna seem like nothing's happening, right? When you get started, hey, Mr. Good Vibes, hey, how you doing? Hey, hello. It's going to seem like things are not really happening and things are not really working when you first get started, and that's the part that's the part that gets most people and most beginners to give up, right? Because they come on, because this is the other thing too I've got to mention, right? You've got to put the blinders on and try not to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to all the other people that you see that are doing extremely well, right? Who are having these big numbers and great results on a daily basis, right? You have to try to not you got to try not to compare yourself to that, right? Because your day one, what you're essentially doing is comparing your day one and your day two to their, or like your step one, step two to their step 10, right? Or your day one, you're comparing it to their month 10, right? So you're in two different leagues altogether, right? You should not be comparing your results with those of somebody that has actually been actively, consistently doing this for like a year or so, right? You can get there as well, right? But you also have to put in the time. They've gotten to where they've gotten to because they've earned it. They put in the work for an extended period of time, and so now they're reaping the rewards, right? And in essence, if we're going to do this, right, if you're going to do this and if you're looking to generate these generate these sales and make that 4K by the end of the year. And you don't have to stop there, by the way, guys. That is just what in my mind is like something that's realistically achievable for someone who's just getting started. And I'm saying this based on the fact that I've seen multiple different people start from scratch with no prior experience and get to the point, and make way more than that, by the way, right? So I like to give what in my mind anyway are what seem like realistic or achievable goals, right? Maybe realistic. I don't know if realistic is the right word, but everybody's reality is different, right? Everybody's reality is different. And by the way, guys, just so you know, I mean, while we're on here, right, I don't want you to think this is not like a one-way street, right? If you do have questions, right, if you do have questions about what I'm talking about and how this all works or what you need to be doing, please ask the questions, right? Put the questions in the chat or in the comment section wherever you're watching from. uh, Go ahead and ask, and bear with me if I happen to miss them, right? Because I am monitoring two different platforms at the same time, trying to keep up with the chat on the two different platforms. So there is, there is an easy opportunity for me to miss any questions, right? But then bear in mind, make sure you're following as well, so that you can always get back to me later. You can always send me a DM if you have any questions for me that I can always respond to. All right. And same, for those of you on YouTube, you can always ask questions in the comment section below on the video, or even after I post it. You can always ask questions there. I will respond. Or you can also, from if you are on YouTube, you can also go follow me on my other profiles, right, like on my Instagram, my IG, or my TikTok, and you can direct message me that way as well. Okay. All right. So for those of you that are here, let me go ahead and show you, just so you know what's on the inside of Digital Wealth Academy, so you know what you're actually getting, right? Just give me a one. Someone just give me a one in the comments. Give me a one in the chat if you would like to see the inside of Digital Wealth Academy and what you would be getting, what you would be learning, right? What you would be essentially what you're actually paying for, in essence, right? What you're getting in terms of value, in terms of stuff that you would be learning, right? All the different ways to make. Give me a one in the chat if you want to see the inside, if you want to see what Digital Wealth Academy looks like, right? Give me a one in the chat if you want to see that. I only say that because if nobody's interested in really seeing what's in there and what they would be getting, then I don't necessarily want to be that person that is boring you to death with all the different with everything that's available on the inside. Give me a one in the chat if you want to see that. Welcome, Jackie Marie. Welcome, Jackie. Welcome. Let's see here, Inspo Life Jackson. All right, Jackie, are you familiar with the concept of people making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing, and how you can use these same strategies that are taught, right, digital marketing, to promote your own business? You can use it, by the way. You can use these strategies to promote your own brick and mortar business if you have one. But more than that, I'm more so interested in knowing if you are familiar or if you've come across people who are making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing. Jackie, just drop a one in the drop a two in the comments if you are familiar with the concept of people making money online with digital marketing. Same goes for anybody else that's watching. Drop a two in the comments, right? Let me know in the comment section if you are familiar with the concept of people making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing. Do we have any twos? Any twos? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. Let's see. User just joined. Anybody? We got a lot of shy people. Welcome, Debbie. Welcome, Debbie. Welcome, Janique. Welcome. For those of you just joining for the first time, my name is Christian. I'm in the United States, North Carolina. We're basically discussing digital marketing and affiliate marketing here, and basically sharing how anyone that is remotely interested in getting started making money online, how anyone can get started. And I'm encouraging you to get started now, so that with the goal of trying to make 4K by the end, by the end of the year, right? So if you get started now, you can position yourself, right? Once you go through all the training and start implementing all the training, you can position yourself. Hey, Janique. Hi. Hope you're doing well. Janique, are you that's the artist. Janique, are you familiar with the concept of people making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing? Is it something that you're aware of, something you've ever been interested in? Is it something you are familiar with? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Have you started? Oh, yes and yes. Perfect. That's amazing. All right. So basically, I'm basically sharing here how anyone that is interested, right? Anyone that is interested in getting started, if they haven't already, can get started, right? With affiliate marketing, right? Affiliate marketing in particular, just because that's more so like I say it's like a cheat code for anybody that's interested in making money online, because you get the opportunity to go and partner with products and people that with people and businesses that already have products, right? I appreciate the follow, Kathy. That have oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the fan club. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right. Let me follow you right back, by the way. I appreciate that. Let me do that. All right. So we're essentially like, I'm trying to paint a picture here and give people like a goal, right? Something to work towards, right? I want to show like how attainable the idea, not the idea, how attainable it is when you have the right product with the right commission structure, how attainable it is to to start generating sales and income early on, right? Some people have been told that, it would take you years before you start making money, and that's absolutely not the case, right? With the strategies and everything that's taught inside Digital Wealth Academy, that is something that that is actually achievable, right? The whole idea, the possibility of being able to generate that kind of money by the end of the year. And the reason I say that is because one of the ways that you can get started, right, is by being an affiliate for the course itself, okay? Whereby you purchase a course and you can resell the course. The course does, by the way, teach 15 different ways to make money online, right? And one of them does include becoming an affiliate and having the ability to promote the course, whereby they will pay you an 85% commission, okay? Which amounts to essentially $422.45 per sale that you make, okay? Because the course itself does cost $497, but it is something that if you did want to go ahead and get started with today, you don't even have to pay that up front if you don't want to, right? They do have plans available, right? They do have plans available that you can get started with for as low as zero down, and maybe 40, yeah, as low as $41 per month, essentially, okay? And the good thing about that is, if you do decide to go that route, you will get access to everything from the get-go. So it's not one of those situations where they won't give you access to the training and access to everything that the course all has to offer until you pay it off, right? You will essentially get access to everything. So even starting with nothing down and making just that minimum, $41, like 30 days later, you technically could have a scenario in which you get started, right? You get started and you start generating income or sales from what you learn inside the course, right? Before your first installment is due. And that has happened to a lot of people. Oh, you are. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you already understand all this stuff. Okay, perfect, Kathy. All right, so you already understand. You already know how all this stuff works. Okay, that's interesting. I love that. That's great. So essentially, For those of you who are not aware, right? For those of you who are new, right? And please bear with me if you see me looking left and right. I'm like basically trying to entertain two different platforms, right? I'm here on TikTok, and then I'm also here on YouTube as well, right? And I'm basically trying to monitor both screens to make sure that I don't miss any comments, miss any questions that people might have with regards to with regards to what I'm talking about in essence. Okay, right. So so let's just say we were to go. Let's just say we were to go the route of promoting a done for you digital product, right? Which is what I've basically been recommending from the start. And I always say that because the margins on digital products are higher. Okay. They're just better than they are with physical products. Welcome, Walner host. All right. And so for the same amount of effort that you would put into promoting physical products, right, you could very well make a lot more from selling digital products, right? Whether it's your own or selling them as an affiliate, right? But in this case, we're talking about doing it as an affiliate, so you don't have to go through the trouble of worrying about making your own products and service or providing your own services from the start. Okay, because if we are going to hit this goal, right, what in my mind is an achievable goal for a beginner, and this is based on the fact that I've seen so many beginners get started from scratch and achieve even better results than just say the 4K, right, 4K within several months, right? But here, if you get started now, right, if you get started now, right, you can basically start building the foundation, right? Going through the material, going through the course material, learning the skills that you need to develop in order to effectively market your product, right? Welcome, Lady Linny. Linny, welcome. Glad to see you again. It's been a while. But if you get started now, right? This is September, right? There's 4 months left in the year, right? There's 4 months left in the year. And if we set ourselves a goal of trying to make $4,000 by the end of the year with this particular digital product that offers that 85% commission and allows you to make a sale, make $422.45 per sale, you're essentially looking at making a total of of 10 sales only. Okay, 10 sales only. So if you get started now, right, following the strategies that they teach inside Digital Wealth Academy, right, with building your social media profiles, right, and making sales that way, whether it's through content or whether it's through going live or whatever different, all the different strategies that they teach in there. If you get started now, okay, if you get started now, you jump into the Digital Wealth Academy, you go through all the course material. It's going to take, I mean, you don't even have to go through everything inside Digital Wealth Academy because they do teach 15 different ways to make money online. And as a beginner, I would not even encourage you to try to start learning how to do all 15 methods right from the get-go, because you're just going to overwhelm yourself and spread yourself thin. I always recommend that you start out with just one, maybe two, three at the max, and that is still quite a bit, right? And even if you are going to do that, two or three or whatever the case may be, I would still recommend that you put majority of your focus on one, right? Put most of your effort on one, okay? Get good with that particular method. Start seeing sales, right? Start generating sales. And then, right, once you've got the thing moving kind of like almost on autopilot, like you've got like once you've gotten to that point where you've got like a kind of a flow going and it's kind of seamless the way you're operating, then maybe you can start looking at bringing in trying to incorporate other income streams or other methods, right? Other methods or other ways to make money online. All right, but in this case, if you're new, you're starting out, I would recommend you just go with a done for you digital product, right? It's going to be one of the easier products to sell when you're starting out, for the simple fact that you are going through the process of learning and trying to do stuff, right? And one of the best ways that I always recommend for beginners, because I know a lot of beginners will look at all the bigger creators who are doing these crazy numbers and who are generating, they're getting a lot. Beginners will see how those people promote, right? Because they're always flashing like income claims and how much money they've made and all that type of stuff, right? So beginners will see that, and they'll think that, well, how am I going to make sales? Who's going to buy from me because I don't have any income proof, right? That is, that tends to be the limiting belief for a lot of beginners. They'll see that and think that, okay, well, I can't make sales because I don't have any proof, because they see all the people, they see too many people, at least the ones that appear to be the most successful, right? They see them constantly flashing their income, right? How much money they've made. And so beginners will see that and think that that's the only way to make money, and they'll feel like, oh, I can't do that because I don't have any sales to show, right? Because people are only going to buy from me if I have sales, proof of sales and all that type of stuff. But that's not the case, right? All those people that you see constantly showing their income claims and all that, they were beginners too at some point. They didn't just start making that money overnight, okay? There is a process you go through in the earlier stages, right? And as a beginner, that's where you're going to start, okay? That's where you're going to start. And essentially, I would talk about, like your journey, documenting, showing your process and everything that you're doing. Follow the training that they should, first and foremost, you're going to follow the training inside Digital Wealth Academy, right? And then once you know how to create your content, how to edit your videos, and how to put captions on your content, all that type stuff, right? Then now you're going to start looking at your messaging. That's where you're going to start determining what to post about, and how to post, and when to post, and all that type. So all those different things, right? And as far as that goes, you have content for days, every day. It's just, you don't have to have anything crazy, right? Like, you just your everyday normal life and all that type of stuff. It's all going to revolve around that, right? And you as a person, welcome Jesse James, right? And you basically sharing, yourself, what basically getting people to get to know, and eventually hopefully like, and then eventually trust you, right? But as a beginner, you want to lean more into, like, basically sharing your process, documenting your journey, how things are going, being vulnerable, and showing the good and the bad, right? When things don't work. That's how I've been, when I first got started. That's how I used to be. That's how I used to generate. That's how I was able to generate the majority of my sales, right? Like, just basically showing what I was doing and how I was doing it, and whether it was successful or whether it was not. And trust me, plenty of times I've had a lot of things that I've done that like turned out completely unsuccessful, right? Where I didn't make any money, or I didn't generate any sales, or I did not accomplish what I set out to accomplish in the goal, in whatever challenge that I had set forth, right? But I shared it all, and just for the simple fact that I was being transparent and real, and people could see the value in, even if I wasn't succeeding, right? Like, they could see the value in the stuff that I was actually learning, and then eventually that, eventually turned into sales, right? That eventually turned, welcome Rusty Dread. That's what eventually turned into people deciding to make a purchase, okay? So don't think that if you're brand new and you don't have income proof and you don't have flashy stuff to share, that you can't generate sales. You can, okay? But it's just a matter of getting started, right? Getting started. If you and For those of you who are wondering what Digital Wealth Academy is all about, if you want to see the inside of the course, just give me a one in the comments, right? Drop a one in the comments, and I will flip the camera and show you what you essentially would be getting. Okay, I'll show you essentially what you're looking forward to, what kind of training you're looking to learn, what kind of training you're going to be getting, right? And all what kind of skills you're going to be learning. And just drop a one in the comments. Drop a one in the comments. Let me just make sure that I did not miss anything. Drop a one in the comments, and I will show you right on the inside. I will show you on the inside. Um, I'll show you the inside of inside of the course. Okay. And the community as well. That's the other thing I never mentioned, right? There is a community of over like 120 something thousand people in there right now at the moment, right? Many of which have gone on to become six-figure earners and seven-figure earners. Okay. all through everything that they learned inside the course, right? All through everything that they learned inside the course. Yes, a lot of them have generated a lot of the sales, a lot of the money that they made from being an affiliate of the course, right? Referring sales, referring course sales, right? But then there are also people in there who have done six figures with, one of the other 14 or several of the other 14 different ways to generate an income, right? Whether it's through TikTok Shop or if it's Amazon, the reviews or the affiliate program there, print on demand. Some people, something there's drop shipping in there as well. There UGC as well, user generated content, where other companies will pay you to create content for them to put on their social media profiles and promote their products. There's also, they'll teach you how to do brand deals as well, where you can set up your own. Brand deals are a little bit harder, right? Because companies now, they're basically paying you to promote their products on your social media profiles, right? And so generally they'll want to see that you do have some kind of following. They want to see that there is engagement, right? That you actually do have some kind of influence, right? So that's where, like, generally speaking, like, influencers make a lot of their money, right? I personally, I've never wanted or never cared or never been interested to be an influencer, right? Or like go get brand deals and all that type of stuff. If that's something that you like, obviously you can do that, okay? But in this case, we're going to be focusing more so on sales of sales of the course, which in my mind would be the easiest way to start generating those sales for anyone that's interested in doing that, okay? Um, so if I hadn't mentioned it, if you are watching on YouTube, if you want to check Digital Wealth Academy out and see what the sales page looks like and all the different things that you would be getting and how you can get access to it with all the different plans available to you, what you want to do, if you want to see, if you're on YouTube, just click that first link in the description below the video. If you are watching on a TikTok, where you would go is just go to the top left hand side of the screen, click on my profile picture. That's going to open up a bigger profile picture of me. Click on that again. That'll take you to my TikTok profile. And once you get to my TikTok profile, you want to click on the LINK, right? I'm spelling it out. That's a word. You want to click on the LINK in there, and it's going to take you to my store. And when you get to my store, you're looking for DWA, right? Digital Wealth Academy is the name of the course. You go there, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see like you'll see your different options for like getting started with with your payments. Although if you wanted to just take care of the entire thing up front, you can do that. If you wanted to go through the installment route and making payments on a monthly basis, right, you can do that as well. Okay, just follow the instructions that are there. And if you have any questions, right, if you have any questions for me, put them in the chat, put them in the comment section. I will respond. If you did ask me a question and I missed it, just reach out to me via DM. Just send me a DM and I will respond to it that way as well. Okay. So that's essentially that. Now, anybody have any questions for me? Because this live today, I'm gonna be honest, has been a little slow, and I personally feel like I've not necessarily been all there. Maybe I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but um, any questions for me, guys, before? Because I am getting ready to jump off. I did ask earlier if anybody wanted to see the inside of Digital Wealth Academy and the course and what you'd be getting, the community and some of the testimonials and all that, but I never really got any. I never really got any response with that. You know what? Let me just go ahead and show, like, as far as like the testimonials go, let's just go ahead and do that at the very least. Let me see if I decide to share my screen. I can show you the inside of Digital Wealth Academy. Okay. For those here on, I'm showing those here on YouTube, right? Because I don't think anybody on, welcome, Nerman Ali. anybody on TikTok, well, let me just go ahead and do the same thing on TikTok. So let's see, flip camera. All right. So these are some of the testimonials, right? This is what people had been saying. Let me see if I can get out of here where I can share this tab to studio YouTube stuff sharing. I'm trying to at least get to where you can see me on screen. View tab. Let me see. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So here you go. You can see, right? These are some of this is just inside the this is inside the hold on, am I doing this? Wait a minute. Let me I've got to not stop sharing. I got to see. Hold on. All right, talking about technology here. View. There we go. All right. So this is let's see, Lord Card talking about how they made see $5,274.40 selling beacons with 197 views. We've got Sharon here talking about how testimony on how I made 4 sales quickly. All right. And it's always good to see these, right? Because they tend to be like, especially for someone just getting started, it's like motivating, encouraging. And if things are not moving your way, it's good to see this as well, like, to get you encouraged, keep you going. Let's see, one a latte. Single mom here to 10K in 2 weeks, right? Through Digital Wealth Academy as a single mom who's in just 14 days, all right? Was once stuck paycheck to paycheck. And then we've got someone here in Spanish. Oh, by the way, I did forget to mention this course does come in 6 different languages. So I believe they are English, French, English, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and German, if I'm not mistaken. So we got another testimonial here. This one is in Spanish, 8 meses and all that, right? So basically talking about how, they had been, let's see, 12K, mi progreso. There's another one, Spanish again. This one's mi progreso, my progress. El año pasado soñaba con poder viajar a Europa y gracias. So basically, this one's talking about how they just last year they were dreaming about traveling to Europe, and now they're able to do that. Okay, so what took me from spinning my wheels, 38K in 7 months. So those are just basically all testimonials, by the way, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and stop. I probably should. I could share. All right, let me see. Stop sharing. How do I get out of there? Let's see. I'm trying to see it. Let me first and foremost, let me switch out my camera, flip camera. All right, so back to me over here. For those who are, all right. And then what was I looking for? Like I'm trying to get back to, let's see, the live on YouTube. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to get back to. All right. So those are just some of the testimonies, but any like I don't know if anybody is interested in seeing like the actual content, like what's inside, like what you're getting. Like even here, like here on YouTube, right? If you want to see like the inside, like the course, the stuff that you would be learning or anything, like drop a one in the comments if you want to see the inside. All right. And if not, I'm just going to go ahead and jump off here. I'm just going to go ahead and jump off. Like if I don't have any questions, it doesn't look like I do. It doesn't seem like I have any questions at the moment. So if you have any questions for me, drop them in the chat, whether it's on YouTube or if it's on TikTok, let me know. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and jump off here in the next 5 minutes. I don't think I have any questions or anybody that wants to know anything right now. All right, let me go ahead and jump off, guys. I will see you in my, I guess through my content or in my next live. All right, for those who do come around. All right, let's see. Let's end that there. Same thing on YouTube. Let me go ahead and end the stream. And